Printing multicolor parts with engineering filaments like PPA-CF, PET-CF, and TPU on a $420 machine sounds great. But where's the catch? Elegoo sent me this printer for free, but only under the condition that I could be completely honest. So let's start with a quick overview. This is a 4-material multicolor system with RFID based filament recognition. You get a hardened steel nozzle, auto bed leveling, a 256 build plate, and a clean, responsive touchscreen. On paper, that almost checks every box. But here's the real question. How well does it actually print? Out of the box, results are decent, but not fully dialed in. I was seeing VFAs and some Z-banding. My belts weren't properly tensioned and some of the defaults were just off. After dialing in pressure, advanced flow, and print speed, I was able to get a clean surface, sharp edges, and consistent layers across most prints. Now, what makes it competitive? On the hardware side, Elegoo gets a lot right. A 350-degree nozzle with a 110-degree heat bed, and a fully enclosed design. The frame is solid and the overall build is well thought out. More importantly, it's fully open source. You're not tied to a closed system. At a time when governments are starting to push more regulation around 3D printing, having an open source machine means you can fully control how it operates and what you can do with it. For example, I built my own RFID writer for the canvas system that can tag non-Elegoo materials like this purple PETG for automatic recognition. Being able to use third-party filaments with the AMS and automatically read their data over RFID is something people have been begging for with Bamboo Labs for a while. Next, let's talk about the multicolor canvas system. Elegoo's canvas system mounts on top with side-mounted spools and spring-loaded holders. In testing, multicolor prints were relatively reliable, and compared to the Bamboo systems, waste is on par with the P1S and the filament swaps were slightly slower. This is where the system differentiates itself. Unlike most AMS-style setups, it handles a wide range of materials, especially stiffer filaments, very reliably. Carbon fiber reinforced material like PET-CF fed consistently and worked well in multicolor prints. Flexible filaments were less stable in multicolor, with a lot of clogs and extrusion issues, but those can be avoided by bypassing the canvas and feeding the filament directly into the printhead. The slicer is based on Orca slicer. It's familiar and easy to use, but there are still some rough edges. I ran into a few reoccurring issues. Time estimates are often inaccurate, the camera stream can be unreliable, and material recognition bugs between the slicer and the canvas system exist. You can also start prints without bed leveling, which is useful but risky. I actually scratched 2 build plates doing this. Overall, the slicer works, but it's not as polished or reliable as mature ecosystems. Now, the last thing to consider is size and noise. The build volume is 256 by 256, which is fairly standard, but the overall footprint is much larger than expected. Because of the side-mounted spools and the clearance needed to load them, it takes up more space than the H2C without offering a larger build area. Noise is also a factor. It's a quite loud machine. The 45 decibel claim feels optimistic. In practice, the printhead movement is noticeable enough that I wouldn't run it overnight. So, here's the bottom line. The hardware is strong and material support is excellent, but inconsistent print profiles and out-of-the-box performance hold it back. You can get good results with this printer, even as a beginner, but it's not the most polished and you may need to tweak some settings or troubleshoot along the way. If you're okay with that, it's a very capable machine. If not, the rough edges may be frustrating. So, what do you think? Is this printer at a competitive price point? And if you have any opinions about how I can improve future printer reviews, please drop them in the comments below. If you want to purchase this printer, you can check out my affiliate link in the description. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Bye!